Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important property of CSS, that is padding. So in this session, we will discuss what is padding property of CSS, how we can use it, what are other correlated properties related to padding through which we can customize the padding value. Okay, so these are the all things that we will be discussing in this particular session. But before we proceed with session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to implement padding property in CSS. Okay, now what we will do, firstly I'll walk you through the simple code where we have just added the title in the head section, and there is one heading which is showing CSS cascading style sheets by Tech Sharmit. After this, we will demonstrate the scenario to you. How? By adding some values to it, by adding, like, I'll show you scenarios with different values and different output we will witness to understand the concept. Okay, so let's proceed with the session. Here, as I mentioned, like, code is simple, so let me show you the output of it. So it is coming like this: CSS cascading style sheets by Tech Sharmit. After this, we will add here h2, which is heading 2, and here we will just put the topic name, which is padding property in CSS. Now you can save it and refresh it. So after a refresh, you can see we are getting this value, which is padding property in CSS. Perfect. Now to demonstrate this thing, we need 3 divs, not 3 basically, but just I want to compare it with the margin as well. That's why I need 3 div. Otherwise you can also explain the thing with 1 div only. Okay, so let's create the div. So here I'll write div, and here we will associate the ID as box1. Then you can simply copy this div and paste it 2 times. Then you can simply put here box2 and box3. Now you can simply save it. You will not see any impact here because we have not applied any CSS as of now. So let's apply the CSS, and here I'm going to use the internal CSS. But again, I want to mention that you can use it with any type, like if you are writing the external or inline, that will also work. But here I'm using internal, just I wanted to show, because I just wanted to show like both things together. So for that reason I'm using here style attribute. In style we will put some ID, like we will refer the ID with hash, so box1. Then opening and closing curly braces, here we can put the basic properties like width and height. So let's put the width as 300 pixel, height as 150 pixel. Then we will set the background color as aquamarine. You can select any color if you want. Then we will apply the border would be 20 pixels solid black. Okay, and then we can simply use here, now you can simply save it and refresh it. So you can see we have got this div. Likewise, what we can do, we can simply add the other 2 divs property, although like we can do it in a single way with 1 line, but I just want to show you differently, that's why I'm using it. Okay, so what changes we are going to do here is I'll simply change this black with blue and this black with green, because I want to show it differently, and accordingly we will change the box1 to box2, because for second div ID is box2 and for the third div ID is box3. Now you can simply save it and refresh it. Perfect. So now we can see we have 3 different divs. Although for padding concept the other 2 are not required, but I want to show you the difference between padding and margin, that's why I have added it. Okay, so the basic thing, the operation that we are going to perform is on middle, or you can say the second div, blue div. Okay, so let me add some text also so that I can show you how it is impacting after applying the padding. So here I will write, this is my simple text. Perfect. Now you can save it and refresh it. Okay, fine. So let's apply the padding. And before applying it, let's discuss what exactly the term is. So the padding property of CSS is mainly used to control the spacing value inside the element. Okay, so it will add the extra space, or as per the value that we are providing, inside the element around the content. Remember this line clearly, because in case of margin we were adding the space outside the element, but here in case of padding we are adding the space inside the element. So this is the only difference between margin and padding. Let me show you how it works. So for example, if you want to add some padding on top of this, okay, text, so what you can do here, you can simply write here padding top. Here you will write 20 pixels, save it, and you can see 20 pixel padding has been added to the top. Similarly, if someone asks you to apply the same kind of heading on left side, so you can just simply write here padding left 20 pixel. Okay, so when you save it, you can see, okay, there is some mistake, so let's make it as pixel. Perfect. So now you can see 20 pixel padding has been added on the top and 20 pixel padding has been added on the left side. Similarly, if you want to add it on a right side as well, so you can go with padding right. Here we will put the value as 20 pixel, refresh, and we can see here the padding has been added on the right side. In the same way, you can also use the padding on bottom. So here you can write 20 pixel bottom. Now you can save it, and we have added the all four side with padding value, that is 20 pixel. Now some of you might be thinking, like, is this the only way through which we can apply the properties of padding? No. And some of you might be thinking, like, are we supposed only to pass only 20 pixel here? No, that is not a scene. You can change as per your requirement. For example, in case of padding top, you want to make it as 50 pixels, so that is fine. You can add 50 pixel and accordingly it will change. Another interesting thing is that instead of 50 pixel, if you want to pass the values in percentage, that you can also do. For example, here in case of left margin, padding left, you want the value in 50%. So you can save it, refresh it. So now you can see the padding has been added on 50% value. Okay, so we can provide both things. We can provide either 20 pixel, or means we can provide the values either in pixels or in percentage. Clear? So this is the only these are the only possible value through which we can apply the value of padding. Okay, now we all know that every property has, most of the property have their shortened value as well. Okay, so do we have any shortened property for the padding? Yes, we have. And how we can use it? You just need to write here padding, and then it will work for all these four sides, top, left, right, bottom. Let me show you how. So what we will do here, we will firstly comment this out. Okay, so just simply cut it from here. Here you can put, like, save it, refresh it, so we can see all the padding values has been removed. Now we will use here shortened property, that is padding. For example, I want 20 pixel all four sides. So what I can do, I can simply put it here 20 pixel. So you can save it and refresh it. So what it will do, if you are providing only one value, it will apply 20 pixel to all four sides. So this is the advantage of using shorthand property. Here we just need to write one value, and accordingly it will apply for the all four side, only in case if you are providing one value. Otherwise you have to provide the different value. For example, top we will use 20 pixel, then 30 pixel, and then maybe 10 pixel as per your requirement, and 20 pixel. So if you are providing different value, in this case it will work accordingly. Okay, so for top it is 20, and accordingly whatever value you have provided, accordingly it is showing us the padding impact. Okay, and if you want to provide the value, some value in percentage, that is also fine here, like you can pass it accordingly. So in case of top, when we applied for 20%, so accordingly it is taking the 20 pixel padding. Okay, so I hope now this concept is clear, like why we use padding. And if if we talk about the differences between margin and padding, so it's quite clear that in case of margin it added the spaces outside the element, but here you can see, that's why I have added these two div, because it will help us to understand that there is no extra space has been added outside the element, everything is impacted inside the element. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things, so thank you for watching TechSharp.